We're rolling?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Johny. Welcome to my channel. With this series, we're trying to document my first training block training for the Vienna City Half Marathon, which will be also my first half marathon that I'll be running. It's a year ago when I started my overall running journey, so my goal is to run the Vienna City Half Marathon within 1 hour and 45 minutes. A half marathon is 21.1 kilometers long. Running the half marathon within 1 hour and 45 minutes is an average goal, but to me it's kind of a scary goal because it requires me to run at a pace that I'm not used to. But I'm excited to see where this training block is gonna take me and my fitness level, and I'm just excited to see any improvements that I'll be making throughout this whole training block. With me on this project is my cousin Ian. He's super talented and we grew up together. I started running, he started filmmaking, and we did work on some projects together, but this will be probably to date one of our biggest projects. So that's just for you to know too. Which brings us to the next point. What are we going to talk about on this channel? I'm only a beginner runner. I only started running about a year ago.
About a week ago.
We will be mainly talking about my training block. Other than my running workouts, I'll try to talk about the gear that I'm wearing, which will be the shoes, the clothes, any type of gadgets like heart rate monitors. For this training block, I'll also try to be as consistent as possible with my nutrition. I'll be trying out different gels, different supplements, and I'll try to figure out which works best for me, and I'll share my experience with you guys too. Like I said, I only started running a year ago. I'm not an expert, so don't take my word as an advice. I don't feel like I'm in any position to give anyone advice. This whole series is just built on my own experience as a beginner runner. I'll also try to talk about the progress that I've been making, how my body's been feeling, any type of injuries or whatever I'm experiencing. The goal time that I'm aiming for is actually quite an average time. It says for age 30 to 35, 1 hour and 43 minutes and 33 seconds is the average time for an intermediate runner. We're also just trying to provide some insights on how it is training for your very first half marathon or whatever you're training for. We're trying to share that experience with you and also just document it for my purposes. So I need to balance this with my full-time job. It might get in the way with my training. You know, life happens outside of training too, and we will see where it might take us. Enough about the introduction, more about myself. Butters. He will also accompany me throughout this whole journey. This is my dog Butters. He's currently 2 years old, turning 3 this year, and he just got a haircut yesterday. Say something.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too, Butters. I'll try to incorporate him in every episode. Pa. Good boy. Pa. I started running during a very difficult phase in my life. I felt kind of lost and other things happened. I knew I needed something to find a little bit balance in my life. So I picked up my Adidas Sambas and I went out for a 15-minute run. I had to take several breaks because my fitness level wasn't there yet at all. I remember the feeling after the run. I just felt good. I was never really good in any type of sports. I hated running. I wanted to do something out of my comfort zone, which at that time was running. Another reason why I started running is I needed also something to regain my fitness. I wasn't very active at that time. I didn't do any type of sports or any activity to just have an outlet. So in the beginning, I started running for 15 minutes. My very first goal was to be able to run 15 minutes without taking a break. And that took me a while. I think it took me a few weeks or even a month to be able to run 15 minutes without a break. I didn't care how fast I was going. Until today, I only participated in one race, which was a 5K race, April 2023. It was part of the Vienna City Marathon weekend, and I actually prepared for it, I don't know, like a month or something. The goal for that 5K race was to be able to finish the 5K without taking any breaks. Finishing that 5K is my favorite running memory to this date because I was able to run this with my girlfriend. We crossed the finish line together, holding hands. I know it's a little corny, but I just enjoyed that moment and that crossing that finish line, holding hands, finishing it together without taking any break. We didn't care about the time. It was just a great experience, and I will remember that moment forever. That was the moment I knew I want to continue running, and I wanted to see how far I could go with my running journey. My current running abilities aren't the best. I'm an average runner. Like I said, I'm still at the beginning. For all the runners out there, just so you have an idea, or beginner runners, anyone who's interested, these are my current PBs. So my PB time regarding the 5K is 25 minutes and 26 seconds. Not the best, not the worst, but it improved since my very first 5K that I ran. My 10K PB is 53 minutes and 20 seconds. My 15K PB is 1 hour, 21 minutes and 28 seconds. Fun fact, I hit all 3 PBs in one run, which is one of my favorite runs I had. I didn't really care too much about hitting any PBs in the first year. It was mainly about staying consistent and just spend some time on my legs and just get my body used to this very new activity that I started. After 1 year of running, I think it only makes sense to be taking on my very first challenge, which will be the Vienna City Half Marathon. Also, celebrating my 1 year running anniversary gives me enough time, which will be 12 weeks. My plan is to prepare properly for this half marathon and follow a specific training block that I got from the internet. But I'll be adjusting a few workouts. I've been trying different types of speed workouts, fartlek workouts, intervals, blah, blah, blah. I've been playing around with those recently, so I'll be changing a few workouts within that training plan that I got off the internet. I will adjust it to my current fitness levels and running abilities. So what can you expect from this YouTube series? As I mentioned in the beginning, I'll be mainly talking about my first training block, about the different workouts. This will be in no way any type of running advice or how you should prepare for it. This will be pretty much a documentation on how I will prepare or how I'm preparing to run my very first half marathon with a specific goal time in mind. This series is meant to be a weekly series leading up to April 21, which is the date of the half marathon. Recording this or shooting this whole series will also give me some type of motivation to stay consistent because, as I mentioned, this isn't just me doing this. We're a two-man team, so we can hold ourselves accountable and each other accountable. Yeah, I'll be covering the running part and Ian will be covering the other part, the actual difficult part. So this is gonna be a fun challenge for both him and me, and I'm just excited to see where this will go. I'm welcoming any type of advice from any experienced runner. I'm just the beginning of this journey, which I think makes this whole series even more interesting. It's kind of a scary goal, running at that pace for 21.1 kilometers, but I'm sure that we'll be able to do that too, right? And if not, then at least we have some cool footage. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Ich kann es nicht.
Ein bisschen mehr Enthusiasmus, bitte.
If So if you like this episode, if you're interested in where this journey might take me, if you are interested in the series, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment.